Hello everyone, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, thank you. The Young and the Restless, Damien breaks news to Holden, Chelsea gets Adam to back down, and Billy puts in a call to Dumas. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At Society, Devin and Nate enthuse over a successful business deal they've made. Lily comes in and complains about them celebrating without her. She confides that she just came from a meeting as well and has some news to share. How do you two feel about possibly bringing Damien on at Winters? Devon is upset that she discussed this with Damien without speaking to them first. He wonders whose idea it was. Lily says it was hers and he seemed intrigued. Devon is still clearly not happy. Nate needs to hear more and asks what she offered. Lily wanted to talk to them first about his role and appropriate compensation. She admits it's part of a plan she has. Nate stops her. He thinks she knows where she's going with this and he doesn't like it at all. Lily insists this is about business. Nate argues Damien is family. Lily counters that he didn't care about that when he offered him a fake job. Nate reminds Lily that he asked her to take a step back from her agenda with Damien. You agreed to let me and Amy deal with this. Lily says she's since realized they're also dealing with Aristotle Dumas. Nate's tired of hearing about him, but Lily fears he's interested in Winters. She wants to see if Damien can find out if he's a threat. Nate doesn't want his half-brother to think they're playing him again. Devon wants to hear the plan. Lily wants to see if Damien can find out what Dumas has planned. It would be part of the job offer. She will not lose their family business, and Damien might be the only person who can stop that from happening. Lily keeps debating with Devon and Nate, who is concerned this will hurt Damien. Lily says if he's interested in her offer, she can have him present it to Dumas as a way to get inside info on Winters. Devon gathers he pitch himself as a mole to look for weaknesses. Lily nods. That way they'd know Dumas moves before he makes them. Nate gawps, you want Damien to be a spy? Devon thinks it could work if they can trust him. Nate fumes. He won't let his brother be used this way. He already feels his whole life has been a lie, and now they want him to live another lie. He won't let that happen. Lily feels for Damien and knows how much Nate cares for him. She can't let that cloud her judgment. She'll lay out the options and let him make the choice. Devon worries he'd give more information to Dumas than he does them. Nate trusts him. He asks what would happen after the Dumas threat is neutralized. Lily says he'd have a place in the family business. This is best for all of them. Every move they make will be about family first and business second. On the coffeehouse patio, Damien shows Holden photos from Boston and admits he and Nate got along well on the trip. He adds that he saw Lily when he got back and spent some quality time with her. Holden notes he's getting real tight, real fast with these folks in Genoa City. Damien asks if that's a problem for him. Holden insists he wants him to be happy. Damien argues he seems to want him to carry a grudge. Holden worries about him trusting people. Damien knows it's moving quickly, but his mom may not have much time. He appreciates Holden taking on work and being there for him. He may have a way to show him how much. Damien explains he has an intriguing offer from Lily in Genoa City. What if you take over my job in LA? Holden sighs and accuses Damien of trying to get rid of him. Damien reminds Holden they're best friends. Holden asks Damien if he thinks Lily's job offer is legit. He says she doesn't mess around. Holden says she didn't trust him and now wants to bring him on board. They played him before. How does he know they're not playing him again? Damien admits she put it out there as a test of loyalty. How far he's willing to go to prove he's on the level. If Dumas wants Winters, he'll go on in. There's always a way to get what you want, if you want it bad enough. Holden says it seems to him Damien wants Lily. That's the only reason he'd consider this offer. Damien admits he has a personal interest in Lily, but this is business. He tells Holden that his is ready to take on Monte Cristo. No one knows the businesses as well as he does, and Dumas knows he's loyal. They shake on it, but Damien feels Holden's still not sold. Holden admits he fears Damien would be throwing him to the wolves given he's lost trust in Dumas. Damien reminds him he can say no. Holden needs time to process this. Damien
do.
still doesn't know
Holden
what. Thinks he has 1 foot out the door. If the deal is done, he'll need to decide his next move. Holden walks out and Damien calls Lily to tell her he's given some thought to her offer. He wants to meet to tell her his decision. At Society, Nate and Devin compare notes about Lily's idea. Devin reminds his cousin they brought her back for a reason. She's good at reading people. He's not sure he's sold on the plan, but if Dumas is trouble, it might be best for all of them. Nate doesn't want Damien to fall prey to some ruthless businessmen. They've all been there with Victor Newman. At Newman Media, Chelsea fumes about Victor ordering them to run another hit piece on Billy. She's sure his father doesn't want to hear her objections. Adam doesn't want to hear them either. He already knows what they'll be. Chelsea wants to protect Billy or anyone from an unwarranted smear campaign. Adam says it's their first professional disagreement. Chelsea asks if it's actually professional. Is this Victor's way of testing my loyalty? Adam insists Victor approves of him hiring her. Chelsea's sure her theory makes perfect sense. She's seen him put Adam and his siblings to the test time and again. Why would she be anything different? Adam says he has an agenda. Chelsea says he got the company away from Billy and gave it to Nikki already. Why can't he just accept the win? He always needs more. Billy's finally starting a new venture and Victor wants to hurt him. You're telling me that's not personal? Adam explains it's more about Aristotle Dumas. They think he's going after Chancellor. Chelsea asks if he actually cares about that, or if he just wants to hurt Abbott Communications. Was this Victor's idea or Adam's? Adam denies it was his idea. She can't take his word, this isn't going to work. Chelsea asks for his word that going forward he will never use Newman Media to take Billy down. Adam takes exception to her jumping to Billy's defense before asking his feelings on it. Is she Team Billy? Chelsea wants to help people, not hurt them. Adam wants that too. He's saying yes to revision. She asks if he'll say no to Victor. Adam says Billy can self-destruct on his own. Chelsea's thrilled and hugs him. Adam warns he will protect his family if Billy comes after them. Why else would he be involved with Dumas? Face it, and Chelsea asks to hear more about Dumas. Adam says he works in the shadows. He came out of nowhere about 6 years ago and made his fortune in real estate. Chelsea learns no one has seen his face. Adam says Billy and Dumas have a meeting set up. His father assumes it's about Chancellor. Can she now see that Billy has an axe to grind? Adam complains about Chelsea still looking out for Billy. Chelsea doesn't want to hurt him anymore. She decides maybe this was a mistake. Victor will always be. Adam says this isn't about Victor. He's not the same guy he was before they helped Connor heal. Chelsea worries he won't be able to resist Victor's pull. Adam asks her to believe in him. Together they can make this work. They embrace, but Adam looks worried. Billy walks into the club and Victor tells him he's heard his little startup is off to a rough start. He wonders if Billy fired Phyllis, or if she left the job as so many of his co-workers have. Billy grunts that he gave Phyllis some much-needed time off. Victor needles that he knows Sally signed on. Billy complains about him hating people for no reason. When Victor says his family means everything, Billy points out that his kids are his grandkids, yet he's obsessed with tearing him down. Why is that? Billy pulls up a chair at Victor's table and points out they've gone toe-to-toe all these years and after all his cheap shots, he's still standing. Victor tells him to count his blessings. Billy thinks he's obsessed with him. What other reason would he have for continually trying to tear him down? Victor says, let's try something new. Billy guesses he wants him to leave town. Victor says he can stay. Billy thanks him for his permission. Victor asks what he has going on with Aristotle Dumas. He knows they had a meeting planned, and Dumas cancelled. Billy asks what kind of deal he wants to make. Victor will stop an avalanche of bad news about Abbott Communications if he tells him what he's up to with Dumas. Billy rolls his eyes. Billy asks if Victor will have Adam, his puppet, put out another hit piece on him. Victor says it won't look good to Dumas. He advises Billy to steer clear of him. He sees things coming and Billy will not want to get caught between two juggernauts. You stay out of this fight. With that, he walks out. Victor walks into Newman Media and asks Adam if Chelsea's settling in. Adam sighs. He knows his father wants to hear that she's on board with his plan to go after Billy. He doesn't think it's the right approach and has another idea to handle Dumas and the Abbott. At the club, Billy says into his phone, "You tell Dumas if this."